You build wide to build depth. It's only 3 wide in the matrix, so if I build 5 wide, boom, I've just helped 2 other people. If I build 15 wide, 17 wide, 18 wide, but if I build 15 wide, I've just helped a whole lot of people build their group. Building depth through the matrix by building width personally, and then teaching everybody to do the same. That's the genius behind what Tim decided to do with the bonus pools. Instead of being a ranked-based bonus pool, he decided to do, okay, what we're going to do is you have to have a certain amount of people personally sponsored. Then you have to have a certain amount of volume on your second personal enrollment leg, but with a certain amount of duplication of people who sponsor 5, right? Then you have to have a certain amount of people duplicating on your third level with a certain amount of volume. We're talking about personal enrollment tree. We're done with the days, folks, of just merely driving depth to drive depth. You want to drive true depth? Build wide yourself. Because people in reality will do what they see you do. If you're not sponsoring, they're not going to sponsor. If you're not contacting and inviting, they're not going to contact and invite. There's a lot of people in this industry that sponsor 1, 2, 3 people, and they stop and they retire. Okay? And they think that it's just merely enough to help those people sponsor one person who sponsors one person who sponsors one person who sponsors one person. Anybody know how many people would be in your matrix if you did it that way? 9 levels down? 27. 27 people. I don't know about you, 29,523 versus 27. I think I choose this side. Okay? So build width to build depth. Build width to build depth. So real quick before we're going to go on a break, we got some goodies out in the hallway that are waiting for us. Any questions that I can clarify real quick, compensation plan-wise, and then we'll go ahead and take a break. Yes?
In your opinion, do we have the best comp plan in the industry?
Yes. Yes, bar none. That's like, yeah. Yes. Yes, absolutely, my opinion. Yes.
What should we understand about dynamic compression?
Dynamic compression. Okay, so real quick, I want you guys to imagine this for a second. Your levels that you get paid on do not count from the top to bottom, okay? So everybody thinks, okay, the 3 people is my first level, the 9th, that's not how it works, okay? We've actually done it to where it goes from the order level and works its way up the matrix. So this is what happens, okay? If Amanda does an order for 100 PV, it will then look for the person that's directly above Amanda in the matrix. And it will say, is this person qualified for a check? If not, skip them. Okay? Then it goes to the next person up in the matrix. And it says, is this person qualified for a check? If not, skip them. And it goes up to the first person that's qualified for a check and says, ooh, you're qualified, pay you 4% of the 100, that's 1 level. Then it goes up and finds 8 more levels. And it does that for every single order in the company, whether it's a customer or a distributor. Okay, does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, any other questions? Yes.
Tim talked real quick about the balancing of the matrix. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
We're going to allow people the ability to place, have placement correction choices. We've got a couple ideas on how we want that to happen.
I'm going to go one step further on this. Yeah, you know what, maybe I should answer this question. So the balancing of the matrix, just to be clear, it's launching on, I believe, Tuesday. Okay, so what it means is that if I was to sponsor 3 people, okay, and then I was to sponsor, let's say, another 3. So rather than it going, I sponsor 3, and then rather than my next 3 all going under Lou, okay, rather than going from left to right, it would evenly balance Lou's left, 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 and then the next person I sponsor would go Lou's middle, middle, middle. And if somebody above me puts someone in, it would sponsor the next open spot so we can actually really fill the tree. So rather than having the Snoopy tree, okay, where there's one branch here and another open one here, we've actually come up with a way to fill it in all evenly so you can actually really fill your matrix.
But on that, say you've got your core group of people, and you're getting ready to sign up someone else that you know would work good with this person, but in the matrix they may not fall under them. Can you personally sponsor them and say, I want them under this person?
Not yet, no. Not at the level that you're at. We may start to allow that when someone reaches a gold vice president level, and if they've sponsored a certain amount of people. mean, what that does is that unfairly, what it does is it may be appear fair to you, but it would actually be unfair to the other people that joined the program thinking that they're gonna get some spill, and all of a sudden, oh, they bypassed me, they don't like me, and I've got some spill over here. So what you can do is if you really want them to work with them, you could have them sponsor them, okay, which, you know, it's a choice. You lose your fast start, and you may lose your check match, depending on how far down they are, you may not, okay? So you've got 6 generations for check match, and really, the people that are starting to do really well in the company are their check match is starting to catch up to the matrix emissions. Okay, so that's starting to happen. We're seeing that early, that, wow, it's starting to move up. We know that, hey, our check match commission for leaders is gonna be higher than our matrix commission at some point in time. So, I guess the key thing there is you could either wait to sponsor someone else, or you could allow them to sponsor them.
We're trying to just
And there's,
right.
and there's
But
another,
time-
and there's another reason why we don't do that, and does anybody know the real reason why we don't, there's a thing where you're saying about timing, there's a reason why we don't do timing. So the real thing that she's saying here is, well, what if we just let this person wait until these other spots are filled so that we can put them in? What does that cause? Stagnation, okay? So we'll have somebody that wants to sign up. You know, I learned this lesson best from my good friend back here, Lennon, okay? We were at a restaurant, and this is 12 years ago. Lennon, I don't even know, I think you remember. We were at TGIF's in Provo, Utah. And it was late night, it was after a meeting, and we said, we're gonna be late, is it all right? Is it all right if we show up late to the restaurant? They said, yeah, we'll keep it open, that's fine, because they knew we brought in a big group, 30, 40, 50 people, right? And we'd go to dinner there, and there was a waiter there that was really not nice. The waiter was really not nice. I mean, he was like yelling at us, and, who needs to order? My boss says we're gonna wrap it up, we need to close the kitchen, so who needs to order? And I'll never forget it. Lennon kind of asked the manager there if he could teach this young gentleman a lesson. And I remember it clear as day because I was sitting there. I'm like, oh boy, I get to see the master at work, right? And he says, okay, so he says, son, look, this is the deal, and I don't know if you're ready for what I'm about to teach you yet. But you keep your business open for business when your customer's ready to buy. And when your customer's ready to buy, you open your doors for business. If you have a shoe store, and your shoe store closes at 7 o'clock, and somebody comes in at 5 to 7 with $100 ready to buy 3 pairs of shoes, you leave the store open. So if you have somebody that's ready to sign up, let them sign up. And sometimes, yeah, maybe not, they might not be with that other person. But like he said, we may think that that's fair because we think, you know, this person, she's my sister, she'll work better with this person. But the other person that just got skipped out is good as them. So what, you're putting people under them because you like them? Well, what about me? And that creates some problems within your organization. Any other questions? And then we'll go to break for some food.
So that is automatically done when they come in, the company
Correct.
automatically
Correct.
replaces them.
Technology is a beautiful thing. We could do things with compensation plans now that we couldn't do even 5 years ago. Yes.
Could you simply state how to get to Truestar?
How to get to Truestar? Yes, I can. You need 10 qualified links, okay, which is personal enrollment links. Okay, you have to have at least 10 people to get personal enrolled. And somewhere in their personal group, you have to have somebody who's reached the rank of a silver associate or above. Okay? You have to have 100,000 in matrix group volume every week for 4 out of 5 weeks. And 30% of that has to be in your personal enrollment group.
That brings up another question. What is the difference between your personal enrollment group and the matrix?
Good question. Your matrix group is you, your 3, the 9, the 27, including everybody that you've personally sponsored, they've personally sponsored, and sometimes in the occasion that you get some spill, the people from above you that fall into your matrix. Your personal enrollment tree is everybody that you've personally sponsored infinite width underneath you, and everybody that they've personally sponsored infinite width underneath them. It's a unilevel structure. So it only includes the people that you've sponsored. It does not include the people that were spilled underneath you to the matrix. Okay? Any other questions? If you guys have questions, I'm going to be here for the rest of the night, so definitely hit me up during the breaks. Let's go get some food. Thanks.